Lists.
Hey, now how does this sound? Discounted flights, bonus points and the chance of unlimited travel for a year.
Yes.
That's what Qantas is now offering to vaccinated travellers in a bid to get more jabs in arms and the country out of lockdown.
Qantas CEO Alan Joyce joins us now in Sydney. Alan, good morning to you. You had us at hello.
Hey, Karl.
I mean, it does sound good in theory. Do you think it'll work?
I think anything that helps get the people to be recognised for vaccination, I think, is going to be really positive. So we have these 8 mega prizes, one for each state and territory. And we know the national targets is to get to 70 and 80% in each state. So we're hoping that that will also recognise the people in those states that are a bit behind now, encourage them to get the vaccinations. And the mega prizes is the biggest giveaway we've ever done. It includes hotel accommodation from Accor, free fuel from BP, and we think it's a super prize. But for everybody that downloads the Qantas app tomorrow, uploads their vaccination certificate, we delete it after it once we've checked it, you can get $20 voucher, 1,000 frequent flyers, or 15 status credits just for going through that process. And we hope that many people will take us up on this offer.
What I think what I really like about this is it allows us kind of to look that little bit further forward into the fact that we will one day travel again. I know that all frontline Qantas staff now need to be fully vaccinated by mid-November. You've been a real industry leader on this one. Has there been any pushback?
No, I've gotten actually a lot of notes from our employees saying they really support this. And we actually did a survey of our 22,000 employees, of which 12,000 responded. One of the biggest surveys on vaccinations, I think, that's taken place in the country this year. And 89% of our people said that they were going to or had gotten a vaccination. In fact, 77% of the time had been at least one shot of a vaccination. Another 7% are taking about it, and only 4% said they were unwilling or unable to do it. But massively, 75% of our people say they think it's an expectation that their colleagues are vaccinated to protect them, to protect the community, and to protect our passengers. So we think the support behind this has been massive, and it's very uplifting to see that support.
OK, the Prime Minister has praised the move. Unions want more consultation. At the end of the day, are you able to do it legally?
Yeah, well, we are going through the consultation process, Karl. You know, having talked to 22,000 of our employees directly, got feedback from 12,000 of them. A lot of them have taken time to write information in the survey that we've digested, and we are consulting with the health and safety representations and now the unions on the policy. So we're going through all of our requirements, and if we have a reasonable case on which to introduce this, and we think for the community, for our passengers, and for the safety of our employees at work, it's very reasonable to ask people to have a vaccine. And if you have exemptions, medical reasons why you can't get the vaccine, we'll accommodate them. But for the rest of the people that decide not to take it, I think aviation is not the industry for them.
Whoa.
That's a big call, isn't it?
Well, I think we have a duty of obligation, as I said, to protect our employees at work, to protect our passengers when they're travelling. And I think we know that a vaccine gives you unbelievable protection against COVID-19. Why wouldn't you take that protection?
Yeah. OK, there's some big issues happening in terms of coming out of all this, and we know vaccinations is a key part of that. But you still, as you would know, Alan, have a number of state premiers who are saying lockdowns will be still a part of the future. What do you say to those various premiers?
Well, I think the public expectations is that the National Cabinet roadmap out of this is going to be followed. That's that at 70 and 80% we start opening up, and lockdowns are a thing of the past, and that people can travel around the country and can travel internationally. I think there has to be a path out of this. We know vaccines are the way out of it, and I think the expectations from the general public will be, well, if this isn't the way and we reach those targets, what is the way? and people need to have that hope. And we have to look at the consequences on the other side of these lockdowns, the mental health issues, the businesses that are being destroyed, the lifestyles and incomes that are being ruined. And there are consequences to lockdowns. We need them now, but once we get to 70 and 80%, everybody that's been looking at this saying that's the path out and we shouldn't need them at that stage.
But you do have certain states now saying, hang on, we signed up to this before we had that outbreak in New South Wales. So, you know, could we potentially reach a point, or what sort of targets are you working towards when we do see, will we see international travel, say, to Sydney before we can see someone from Western Australia coming to New South Wales?
Well, I hope, Ali, that doesn't happen. Wouldn't it be a shame if that people can go and see their relatives in Dublin, in London, in New York, but can't see their relatives in Perth for Christmas? I don't think that would be acceptable to the Australian community. And there is a chance that could happen if people keep to the rules that they're saying. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope we all have the chance by the time we get to Christmas to visit our loved ones, no matter where they are on the globe, with the appropriate protections in place.
OK, what about vaccine passports? Do you think we'll require those for domestic travel soon? If so, when?
So we know we need them for international, because a lot of countries are saying you cannot travel into those countries without having a vaccine, or you have to go into quarantine in some cases. We know some states are imposing it now, like Western Australia and Queensland, for domestic travel. We're still considering what we do here domestically and haven't made a decision on it as of yet. There's a few complications when it comes to domestic, but we're just working through that, but no decision has been made on it. But I might take this moment, Karl, to plug another passport, which is your Australian passport. Believe it or not, 2 million passports have expired in Australia. And the passport office are actually a bit worried that they won't have the volume or capability to cover them if everybody wants one. So if anybody has an expired passport, please get out there and get your passport renewed. We have a new advertising campaign that we're starting today about opening up the world, and included in that is a message around getting your passport renewed.
OK, but the Qantas ads, they make me cry. They make me cry. It's very difficult to watch.
Yeah, but they're good tears.
Yeah, they are. It's just, this makes me pine for travel.
I don't even know where my passport is.
It's somewhere out there. Great to see you, Alan. Always great to see you.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks,
Tough time
Karl.
for his
Thanks,
business,
Ali.
and he's doing as best he can in those circumstances. And imagine the logistics. I mean, if you can't go out of your house, your own family logistics are hard at the moment, let alone being the CEO of the great company Qantas. So, yeah, all the best.
They've got to get back up in the air, don't they?